Okay, so good afternoon. So I'm sure some of you know me, if not some of you, all of you, Jerome, and I work at Black Umbrellas. So I've been asked to record a message of support, I think, for Women's Day, and I think one of the things that's important is, what does Women's Day mean to me personally? So I think it's a day for us to remember the sacrifices that women made. For me personally, the women in my life, particularly my mom and my wife, and then also to a lesser extent my daughters. But I think it's a day that we remember how women have really, as I said, sacrificed. I think particularly of my mom and how she really put children and her family ahead of her own needs and her own care. So for me, I think it's a day to remember that. It's a very special day, I think. It's probably just a holiday for most people, but I think it can be a very, very special day. And I think that the lesson we learn from Women's Day, when we remember Women's Day and we think about the women in our lives and what that day means to us personally, I think the lessons that we pick up from all the women in our life, whether they're colleagues, whether they're friends, whether they're family, is how much stronger women are than we really actually think. They've got huge resilience, huge mental strength. I've always maintained that it's hard for a woman in this world. It's harder for a working woman in this world. Men come home, they put their feet up, they say, "Don't bother me, I've had a rough day, let me watch some TV." Women, then the children want their attention, they have to cook after spending, 8 hours, 9 hours at the office. So I really think that their resilience and mental strength is something that we can really take away from them. It's something that we can learn from them, I think, particularly as men. And I think if we really then believe how important women are in our lives, and I think we can support them better. I think we can become allies to them, both at work and in broader society, by probably listening to them more than we tend to do as men. I sometimes think we don't listen to women. We hear them, but we don't listen to them. And maybe we can help to amplify their voices, because their voices sometimes do get lost in the world, in this macho kind of world we live in. And then coming back to me personally, I think if I reflect on Women's Day, I think the a woman that inspires me the most and why is probably it's probably my wife Vanessa. I think we've been married for 30, got married in 1993. So what's that? That's like what? I don't know. I can't even do the maths anymore. Probably about uh, close to 31 years ago. She's probably going to kill me if she must hear this. But I think that her confidence, something that I could learn from her, and how she reinvented herself over and over and over again, fearless in that way, whereas maybe I'm a bit more cautious around that. And I think coming back to our organization or back to Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation and particularly Black Umbrellas, I think that the impact that the women have had in our organization is they've really provided that humility and empathy. We do we do work where we touch people's lives in terms of the beneficiaries that we work with. And I think that, especially from a Black Umbrellas perspective, when everything is about numbers and it's about business and we're trying to make people into successful businesses, it's very often that can get lost. And I think the women in Black Umbrellas have really kept us grounded and allowed us to operate with humility and empathy. And I think because of that, it's important to celebrate those women, both in the Cyril Ramaphosa Foundation and in Black Umbrellas, to celebrate them and recognize them, and that it's important, that they are important if we want to build inclusive, equitable, and productive environments, both within our workplaces and in society. So in saying that, happy Women's Day from the men who stand beside you, support you, and celebrate you. Thank you.